All right, we should be live now. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Hopefully your weekend was fantastic. We got some Monday Night Football to talk about. And this one, I'm going to fly through this bad boy. This might be an all-time record for me. Well, let's jump right into it. So we got Saints at Seahawks tonight. Check your weather. It might be a little ugly there. It might not be. That might help you determine some of your close calls on this one. I would check on that stuff later in the day. Subscribe to the station if you're new to it. Click that thumbs up button. So let's talk about Alvin Kamara. This is one of the more obvious plays of the year. He's going to be in literally almost every single lineup out there, probably like 97% in cash games, maybe 98, right? It's going to be some freakish number. He's going to be overwhelming chalk at the captain position. He makes so much sense in both sides, right? Seattle's run defense is bad. Their defense is bad. There's no Taysom Hill to hawk touchdowns on the goal line, monster chalk at captain. You definitely play him, and you should probably just captain him and try to be different elsewhere. I think the only other guy that I'm really considering, like if I was playing some GPPs and I was trying to be a little different at the captain position, like just maybe like Kamara just doesn't score. And Jameis Winston's better than he is. So I think that's a potential pivot right there. I'm definitely going to have Winston in my lineup. Again, I like the point that there's no Taysom Hill, which means that it's either going to be Winston throwing it more than likely or Kamara running it. Those are really the only ways they're going to score. He should be the second most popular captain based on early projections. He's going to be popular. Seattle's defense isn't good. I'm definitely also planning on roster Jameis Winston in this lineup. So that is two of the guys I'm looking at for sure. Next up, let's talk about Jason Myers, the kicker from the Seattle Seahawks. So again, I would check back on the weather later. It might be a little iffy. Maybe you don't want to use the kickers, but as things set up right now, as long as the weather isn't just god awful. I did some builds on the members only video today, and the kickers are both wildly in play. The mid tier is not very good. It's hard to get that, quote unquote fourth stud in your lineup because the really, really cheap guys aren't great either. He's the home kicker. So I'm looking at Jason Myers. Is he a must? No, of course not. Kickers are almost never must, but I could see this game being a little boring. Plenty of field goals to be kicked, especially if, Mother Nature isn't too hard on us this evening. Next up, let's talk about Kenny Stills and the New Orleans Saints. He's cheap. The Saints are decimated at wide receiver. He hasn't done a ton this year, but he did have 5 targets last week. Got to throw to somebody, right? So they're low on guys to run routes. Kenny Stills should be out there running routes. Only 1,600. Last up, let's talk about Ty Montgomery. So this is what I would categorize as a GPP punt play. Again, Saints are very low on skill players. You're practically rostering them for free. He's dirt cheap. He didn't have any touches last week, but he was out there. They're very, very shallow at wide receiver and running back. He can do a little bit of each if needed to be. So I think Ty Montgomery makes an interesting GPP play. Check him out. He is definitely a candidate for a zero. We just saw him, but he's at least out there on offense from time to time. So check out Ty Montgomery for under $1,000. That's it, guys. I told you I was going to break some sort of records on how quick we were rolling today. So good luck to everyone. Have a good night tonight. We'll talk basketball a little bit later.